Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to the channel. This can be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Sagittarius. Let's get into your channeled reading. What do you need to know at this time? What's the tea? I do feel there's somebody in your energy. I feel like this person had said some things as to why they left. Okay, they may have told people that like you were unstable, you were emotionally unstable, you were crazy, you were whatever it is, you were emotional manipulative. Okay, and I feel like whatever this person was saying, yeah, like this person's a little devil. Look at them. Okay, whatever this person was saying, it's like they didn't tell the whole story. They only told people how you were reacting, how you were responding. And I feel like this is somebody that was trying to make you look, they were trying to make you look bad so that they could look better. Okay. Let's see here, because I really despise people who do that. There's something to do, and I keep picking up this energy with humiliation ritual, and I feel like this happens a lot, not just like in romantic situations, you know, especially like when it comes to connections ending. Nobody wants to look nobody really wants to look like the bad guy. Nobody really, but you know what I mean? But it's just like, okay, but what is the facts? Let's look at the facts, okay? There's always two sides to a story. So, yeah, somebody was wearing a mask. Somebody had a mask. Somebody was hiding a person's emotions, true self, or intentions. This is somebody that was hiding their intentions. They weren't showing their true self, okay? This is somebody that I feel like, again, there's something to do with maybe acting like a clown or making you look like a clown, you looking like the foolish person. All right. And again, they're trying to make you, or they tried to make you, or they tried to tell people that you were crazy, you were this, you were, but again, they left out the story, they left out the whole story. Okay, we have broken heart, deception, lies, forbidden love, heartbreak, deep sorrow, and the grieving process. Yeah, this person wore a mask. They were very deceptive. They told lies. They broke your heart. They told lies. And it's like they tried to, or they were trying to make themselves to look better in their story, to protect their reputation, and to make you feel like it was your fault of feeling left out in the cold. Emotional detachment or lack of empathy, being unfeeling or not showing emotion. Like somebody here was cold. What they did was cold. How they responded was cold. It was heartless. It was cruel. Especially if this was somebody that you open up to. Especially if this was somebody that you put your trust in them. But this person was a snake. They are a snake, okay? Cold-blooded, self-interested, threatening individual and influences. This was somebody that wore a mask. Like they were very self-serving. They were self-serving. They tried to destroy you. Sorrow, a deep emotional pain or unhappiness, a feeling of sadness caused by past action, decisions, or events. This is you with your heart broken. They broke your heart. They tried to destroy you, to put themselves on this pedestal, to save their ego. But what this person doesn't realize is that if you have to try to make somebody look like ish, right? If you have to do that, you're not, you're not a grounded person. You don't have your head on your shoulders. You don't make good decisions. You're not a good person if you do that. If you go behind somebody's back and you talk ish about them, what makes you think that that is a good move? That doesn't show loyalty, right? You're not a loyal person if you do that. This person caused great pain and sorrow. Let's see. Yeah, wealth, prosperity, luck, a state of having money, resource, or possession, emotional or material abundance. It's like they wanted to make it seem like they had more, or they wanted to look like they had more. This could even be something that's coming in for you. Let's see this wealth. Boomerang. Ooh. A repeating process, returning, starting over. So you could be starting over. There could be something that's boomeranging, right? Like this person here, it's like they threw something out, and I feel like it could be coming back to them. It could be going back to them. Let's see. Tell me more about this person's energy. Because whatever they were saying, again, they were... Let's see. Tell me more about this person's energy. Clown. Oh my God. Don't kill me. Oh my God. You see, mask. A sarcastic personality, joyful times, the effort to seek enjoyment. This is somebody that wore a mask. This is somebody that perhaps is like a class clown. You know, this is somebody that is a sarcastic person, okay? This is somebody that has some kind of like, I feel like they have a reputation of their own. Okay, but it's almost like they wanted to change that. They wanted to switch that. They wanted to make it seem like, yeah, they were harvesting. See, they were harvesting from you. They were taking from you. They were taking your energy. Let's see your energy, you know. Let's see. Let me see Sagittarian's energy. Show me Sagittarian's energy, please. In this situation. Burden, emotional or physical weight or load, a task or responsibility that could be overwhelming. Yeah, so you felt very burdened by the situation. You felt very burdened, okay? Heartbroken because of this person's lies. This person piled up, this person constructed so much that now you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. Yeah, poverty. You know what I mean? Like now, it's almost like you may have even tried to help this person or give this person. It could be money, but this could even be your time, your energy, your stardust, your pixie dust, whatever. Like your love here. And this person just like made you feel really alone. This person made you feel like you were a fool for doing this. But you felt really burdened. Like you gave a lot of your time and energy and you were left with nothing. You were left with nothing. You felt like you were left with nothing, but this shame, or you felt like you were left with nothing but this embarrassment. Okay. A state of having very little money, resources, or possessions, feeling emotional or material. Yeah. Yeah, and it's the end for you. The act of bringing an event, process, or period to a close. A state of being final with no continuation or progress. The ability to control or influence the actions or decisions of others with authority. Okay, it's almost like you felt powerless in this situation because of this person creating, yeah, you felt captive. Being balanced, peaceful, and in harmony, I felt like you were, it's like you were almost feeling trapped. It is the awareness of one's thoughts, feelings, and existence, focusing solely on thinking about and seeing oneself. It distorted the way you saw yourself. It's like you gave your time and you were left with nothing. You were so burdened by the situation. You were so burdened by this person's lies and like the weight. You ended up leaving and feeling really lonely. A deep sense of isolation. You isolated yourself. Emotional emptiness or disconnection from others, even when surrounded by people. A longing for meaningful connection and understanding. That's what you were hoping for with this person. Okay, but I feel with loneliness and journey, it's like you're rediscovering yourself. In this period, in this moment of isolation, emotional emptiness, this is where you started to kind of connect and align with yourself. And I feel like you have this angel that is protecting you to help you unpack this, to help you unpack this burden. Feeling like you're in a void, a sense of emptiness, a feeling of being lost. Like you were feeling lost. You were feeling lonely. You felt like, you know, this person here that you tried to open up to. And I feel like you were very loving toward, yeah, look at that, the dog, loyalty. And like a dog that always runs back to its owner, even when that owner abuses them. Because that's the kind, you're like this dog. You want to bring love and peace to people. And obviously the dog doesn't know any better. But, you know, I'm just to give you like my analogy, that you were loyal to them. You were loving, you were caring, you were unconditional, because that's a dog. A dog is unconditional regardless if you treated kind or not. It'll still like be near you. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I want to cry now because that just broke my heart. What Spirit just showed me. It's like they'll stick with you through like the sickness and health, and regardless of how you treat them, because they don't know any better. Like they'll still love you. You know what I mean? Damn, yeah. To be controlled, to be manipulated, to be in someone else's hands. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. This is actually like pretty sad. Okay? This is, yeah. You gave your heart to the wrong person. You gave, like, right? You gave your heart to somebody who was cool and cold. Cool, cold. And literally, I feel like they may have even played you as a joke. And they played you as a fool. They played you for a fool. And you were like this loving. How could you end up playing yourself when you play somebody like that? That doesn't even make sense. You're loyal. You're loving. You're empathetic, you're sincere, you would have this person's back, and this person was a rat. They were a rat. They were a rat. This person's a rat. And I felt like you could feel like you were left, like, feeling alone. You know? But I feel like with wise, it's like, definitely made you wiser. Gave you the experience. Definitely gave you the strength. There's something to do with also maybe a community or the people that they spoke to about this, because the people that they listened to them, they allowed those, you know, they didn't, I feel like they may not have even stopped anything that this person was saying, because this person, again, I feel like this was somebody that was only telling like your behavior, but they weren't saying how they were behaving. Yeah, this is a complex situation. Situations that are often difficult to understand or solve, complex, and where finding a way out is challenging. You felt like you were in a labyrinth. Yeah, this is quest. A specific or unclear state of search, an effort to reach a goal. This was you. Look at that. That was you, all by yourself, trying to find your way out of the lies that they constructed out of. That's you. You were like this dog to them. You felt like a puppet on this person's string. You felt it's almost like they did, right? And it's like you had their back in some way, but then they left you to get out of the labyrinth. This person is nasty. They have a nasty spirit. Very nasty. Yeah, situations that are timely or take more time. So it took you time to get out of this labyrinth. Maybe you still feel like you're in the labyrinth. Okay. Let's see. Any other... let's see, guidance or advice for Sagittarius. Dream. Things that may or may not be possible but are always desired or wished for. Okay, dream. With choices, becoming aware of different options or making a choice between paths. So I feel like you could even be dreaming right now. You could be trying to figure out, it's like you have choices, you have options, you know what I mean? Like your change. I feel like there's a lot more that you could be creating. Mixer. The coming together of differences, chaos, confusion, and complex situation. Yeah, again, there's some kind of complex situation that you were going through. You were on a quest to get out of this, and in time, it's like you will get out of this. And as you kind of, you know, you're in this lonely, you feel like you're in this lonely path, walking this lonely path. I feel like you're also finding your way out, and it could be leading you towards something, okay? Something magical with the witch. To enchant, be enchanted, to be influenced or under the influence, a mystical or supernatural person or event with mystery. I feel like this is you tapping into kind of like this inner power that you have, okay? Feeling this loneliness. Maybe, again, there's something to do with like, yeah, target. Like, I feel like there could have been like a humiliation ritual. This could have been you feeling targeted, the desire sought after or intended situation to be found or achieved. I feel like, like this devil here was trying to target you. And I feel like you're coming out of that. Like I feel like it's building, you're becoming like stronger, more resilient. Bridge. Yeah, you're transitioning to a new situation, environment, or event, supporting movement and progress. So this is you like finally coming out of the labyrinth and transitioning over. All right? You may want the desire, you may want revenge. You wish this person to be punished. This person could have even tried to punish you. What about this revenge? Cross. Religious belief, spirituality, surrender, prayer, the battle between good and evil. This is like a spiritual warfare. Okay? Mystery, intuition, illusion, hidden truth, dreams, emotional cycles, and the subconscious mind. with balance. This is you balancing between good and evil. This is like, I want to, but then I'd be lowering myself to this person's level, and I'm not about that life because this is me. I know the kind of person I am. I know that I don't have a nasty, wicked spirit. I could though, right? You're not born wicked. You're not born evil. You turn evil. You could, but you don't want to, right? Because I feel like with cross, it's like you're spiritual. You have this high, you're just like, you know what? I'm going to leave it up to the divine to fix this, to heal this. I'm going to like let it be, right? Because this is a battle between good and evil. Spiritual warfare, right? Needing to protect, of course, protect yourself and shield yourself. But this is what's really happening energetically. I'm telling you, like, I have been feeling this energy for a long time. And now that I'm at the place where I am now in my life, and I see things clearly, there's a lot, I'm going to say it, like, there's a lot of people in this devilish energy, in this wicked spirit, as this snake, because a lot of people are running from themselves. Excuse me, a lot of people, they don't know who they are. They want to conform, okay? Fox, cleverness combined with trickery or cunning, finding solution to challenging advice with the devil. You know what I mean? Like, there's people here that care more about their ego, their reputation, than they care about their character. This is somebody that, you know, it's like, I have to say, there's a lot more people like this. And I feel like if you're like in this energy of the dog, if you feel like you have a good, like, you know that you have a good spirit, this is your light. Okay, this is your light, and people see this in you. People know this about you, and it's almost like they target you. Okay, they target you. It's like, you know what I got? Okay, I got this message too. I channeled this message too. It's like they want to know why you're like this or how you're like this. They don't understand why. You know what I got yesterday? I was like, hold on, let me see. You know what I was getting yesterday? I got that you even got the devil wanting to convert. Okay? Because that's like your energy. That is like how I feel, like how powerful or how loving or kind you are. You have such a big heart, right? Protection, safeguarding, physical, mental strength, and resilience. This is you. You have the devil even wanting to convert. You have the devil wanting to convert now. They see, like, how is this possible? You even, I'm telling you, like, you have, not only do you have angels beside you, but now you have even the devil wanting to join you. And as they should convert. Good for you. That's how you are. Because I feel like you try to show the way. You try to show the right way. Of course, you're not perfect. No human is, right? No human is. But I feel like you're not a wicked. You don't have a wicked spirit. You don't hurt people intentionally just to hurt them. You don't target people. You don't bully people. You don't laugh at people. You don't mock at people. You understand people. You have compassion for people. You read their story. You don't just judge the cover. You read their story, okay? And these are people that they'll judge without actually getting to know you. And you have them wanting to know how. How do you do it? You have even the devil wanting to convert. That was what I got. You have people really looking at themselves now and realize, yeah, because you are an energy of love and frequency. a passionate emotional connection between partners, often involving, like this is just you being in this frequency of love, and unconditional love, which is the dog. Your love, and I feel like this, the Wheel of Fortune, fate, moving in a cycle, completing, breaking free from a certain loop. You're breaking free from a certain loop, and we have renewal, because you are you're a magical creature. The process of making something stronger, healthier, more dynamic after a period of decline, after a period of people trying to humiliate you and come for you. You're rising. You know what I mean? Like you are, and now you're the one you're the one with the crown. You're the one with the crown. The ability to control or influence the actions or decisions of others. You have the devil even wanting to convert. Okay, you have the devil looking at themselves and being like, "Ooh, maybe I should go back." You know, maybe this whole idea of me thinking that I'm, you know, the Almighty Lord, powerful. Yeah. You're the one with the crown. You're the one with the, you know, and not to sound like you're not, this is what I mean. Like, I'm just picking up this energy, but you're not conceited. You're not arrogant. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not a wicked, you don't have a wicked spirit. But I feel like a lot of people underestimate you. Yeah. You may have felt rejected. You may have felt like you were not accepting. You were not accepted into a group, into a crowd. You were always different. That's why. It's like you're chosen. You're a chosen one. Right? You were always like, you felt like you were always different. You always thought there was something wrong with you. Like, what's wrong with me? What's wrong? Why doesn't, right? The little person, the little, I don't know, the little child, the inner child in you was like, why don't you want to play with me? The question is, why do you want to play with these people? This is a fucking circus out here. Okay? Yeah, conflict. Physical or emotional struggle, conflict, disagreement, confrontation. You're not supposed to be with these people because you're not like that. That's why. That's why you never belonged. Because you're not like that. You're not like them. And that's why they attacked you, because you're like this light. Because I could be bad, I could be wicked, but I choose not to every single day. That's the difference. Justice. Amen. Fairness, balance, truth, accountability, equality, making decisions based on what is right and ethical. Lord, give me an amen. Yes. You know what I mean? Because I could do that. I can, we all are. We all have that free will, but I choose not to. Doesn't mean that some days I don't get angry. Doesn't mean that some days I don't lose my cool. But then you stop, and your spirit guides have you, and they're like, oh, no, hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Think before you proceed. You know what I mean? It's like you're always the one trying to compromise. Count your blessings. I feel like you count your blessings. You're very like, I'm getting like, you're grateful even for the smallest things. You try to see people. I feel at the end of the day, you know, we're all kind of connected. We all struggle in our own way. We're no different. Nobody is better than the other. Yeah, loved one. You have a loved one in heaven that's protecting you. This could be your guardian angel. This could even be your spirit guide, helping you, keeping you on the right track, doing what is right, doing what is fair. For you, this is important for you. I have the chills, okay? Like, this is for you, this is important. Justice, doing what's right, treating me like, you know what I mean? Like, you have, you're strong like that. Peaceful resolution. It's like you could even have Libra in your chart, but it's like you always want to do the right thing. You see both sides of the story. You see like, let's see. Barrel, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. June could be significant. Throne, position of authority. A wish is granted. Yeah, that's you with the crown. And kite, vacation, you're taking a vacation. You need to go on a vacation. With tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. That's you. Pineapple, reconciliation. Rose, romance is in the air. And happiness, okay? So happy times are coming. You're literally in a period of transition. New creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. All right. So I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Let me know if it resonated, and I will see you next time. Bye.